Hey gamers, the Red Dragon here alongside Anubis
Hey guys.
from BattleStrats.com. Now we just got done with E3 2010 and one of the focal points of E3 was Kinect. Every time you went by the Microsoft booth, people were lined up as far as you could see waiting to try out Kinect. Now Kinect is Microsoft's new accessory that allows your body to become the controller. So you're no longer dealing with a controller in your hand, your body is the controller. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work out for amputees, but for people who have all their limbs, we're going to tell you about how it worked and what went down. So once we got into the booth to actually try out Kinect, they gave us 4 different options, 4 different games that we could choose from, and we got to choose 2 of those games in order to demo and try out for a few minutes. Now, the interesting thing about Kinect was that we were able to just walk up in front of the device and it automatically recognized that there was 2 players in front of it. So there was no, going and telling it, look for another person. It automatically recognized it. And I was really impressed with this. Also, there was, with us, there was 3 guys and 1 girl. Now, when me and my wife were on the screen playing, it actually recognized her as a girl. It actually gave her a girl avatar on the screen. And it gave me a male avatar on the screen. So that was really interesting, and I was really impressed with that.
Yeah, it did a similar thing for Carl and I, one of our Battle Strats writers. When we walked up there after you guys were finished, it didn't need to reset or anything like that. No buttons were pressed. It noticed that there were 2 different people that had stepped up to play and reassigned 2 different avatars. Already I was impressed.
Yeah, now to select something on the screen, what we had to do was actually hold our hand out and hover over the icon, whatever we wanted, and then after a few seconds it would lock on, and that was your key to select that game. So me and the Lady Dragon, we got our hands on Joyride. And Joyride is a game that allows you to control a vehicle with just your hands. You hold your hands at 10 and 2, and you steer, and whatever you steer on with your body is what actually happens on screen. If you want to drift your car, you actually lean into a turn and your car will drift. Or if you want to do tricks while jumping, you can actually lean forward or backwards, or I think there's some other things you can do, and your car will actually do tricks. As far as the controls felt on Joyride, it actually felt really smooth and correct. Every time I turned, it would recognize that, and it was pretty quick to make those adjustments that I was doing with my hands. The only thing I wish I would have done was try to pimp drive it, and I would have liked to seen what Kinect thought of that or did with it, but I got caught up in the moment. I didn't get to. Now, Anubis and Carl, you guys got to try out Kinect Sports. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so when Carl and I walked up for our turn with Kinect, we had the option of choosing a handful of different sports games within the Kinect Sports game. We decided to go with track and field. I think there was soccer, volleyball, bowling, and a couple others. But we started off on the track, and the gun sounds, and we started running. You run in place, and as you run, your avatar runs, and you start to approach hurdles. The one thing that was negative about the whole experience was the fact that they needed to alert you on screen when to jump. It wasn't when the hurdle approached, as your avatar approaches, it was a green light would flash when you should jump. And the green light was a little bit off from when I would have jumped in real life, I guess. So the game was compensating for the slight latency that is on Kinect, and I just thought that was kind of a little bit of a setback for me.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to agree with you. I played a little bit on the sports on the same game you played on, and I think my avatar broke his leg about 3 times before I finally caught on to the fact that you don't jump when you feel that you should. So I'm going to have to agree with you there that one was a bit disappointing. So overall, do you think this is going to be a hit or miss with Microsoft? Is this going to push past Wii and PlayStation Move?
I definitely think it has some potential. Right off the bat, family value and getting your family around the television and playing games together, I definitely think is something that'll take off right away. As far as hardcore gamers go, I can't be quite so sure.
Yeah, I'm going to totally agree with you. I think kids and families are going to absolutely love Kinect. I think lazy and fat gamers are going to absolutely hate it. And the hardcore gamers, we're just going to have to wait and see, because really we haven't seen any games so far that hardcore gamers really enjoy playing. And honestly, I would feel more comfortable with a controller in my hand playing a shooter than I ever will Kinect at the way that it stands right now. So we'll just have to wait and see. Kinect will be available November 4th. It comes with 15 games at launch, Microsoft promises, many of those which are sports and fitness games. And that wraps up this video for Kinect. Be sure to check out battlestrats.com for the latest information on Kinect and other video games and strategies, of course. And we will see you next time. This has been the Red Dragon and Anubis.
See ya.
It's locked onto your skeletal. It's tracking. Play again. Go ahead. Order it out. Select play again.